In the depth of midwinter 1925, the remote Alaskan settlement of Nome found itself cut off from all humanity, locked beneath an unyielding expanse of ice on the Bering coast, while a deadly shadow began to fall over its children, leaving the community's sole physician to realize that an outbreak of diphtheria had taken root with no modern medicine left to stem its tide. Dr. Curtis Welch had ordered fresh antitoxin months prior, yet the supply had failed to arrive before the sea froze solid, leaving only a handful of expired vials inside the small hospital, while a terrible bacterial infection threatened to close the airways of thousands of residents across the distant region, lest a miraculous lifeline could somehow bridge the impenetrable sub-zero expanse. With the ocean locked in ice, no steamship could pierce the Bering Shelf, and open cockpit aircraft of the era were completely powerless against 50 below whiteouts, leaving a single small parcel containing 300,000 units of life-saving serum to begin its journey by train, stopping at the end of the line where human machinery surrendered to the ancient instinct of sled dogs. From the terminus at Nenana, 674 miles of treacherous, trackless wilderness stood between the vital medicine and the dying town. Territorial officials rapidly organized a heroic wilderness relay, stationing experienced mushers at isolated roadhouses scattered along the historic mail route. The payload was modest in weight, totaling just 20 pounds of densely insulated glass and vital liquid wrapped against the killing cold. On the 27th of January, the relay officially began as the first driver stepped into darkness, driving his team into a punishing Arctic gale. Temperatures plummeted toward minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit, where breath freezes into ice crystal clouds before hitting the ground. The operation relied on 20 distinct mushers and approximately 150 sled dogs, each team trained for the brutal northern elements. At each station, the handoff was quick and mechanical, driven by urgent handwritten logs and unspoken desperation. No single driver or dog team ever saw more than a small fraction of the total trail, passing the burden along like a torch in the dark. To speed up the journey, legendary musher Leonhard Seppala set out eastward from Nome to intercept the package long before it reached his district. Guiding his team was Togo, a 12-year-old lead dog whose unparalleled trail sense had saved Seppala across countless Arctic journeys. Together, Seppala and Togo would ultimately cover 261 miles, by far the longest and most perilous portion of the entire run. To save crucial hours, Seppala chose to strike directly across Norton Sound, an expanse of frozen ocean notorious for unpredictable fracturing. Gale-force winds reached 80 miles per hour, threatening to blow the ice sheets out into the open sea with the team trapped upon them. Relying purely on Togo's remarkable instincts, the team navigated through pitch darkness and blinding mist to reach the safety of the far shoreline. Just 3 hours after Seppala's team stepped off the frozen bay, the sea ice completely broke apart into churning, impassable water. The National Park Service would later cite that treacherous sea crossing as the single most dangerous leg of the entire historical relay. Having picked up the vital cargo, Seppala handed off a squat, cylindrical parcel roughly the size of a car battery, wrapped in brown canvas and bound with rope over a thick quilted fur padding, its surface rimed with frost to the next waiting driver. The final 53 miles of the journey fell to musher Gunnar Kaas, who prepared his team as a ferocious ground blizzard struck. At the head of Kaasen's team stood Balto, a young freight dog previously considered too slow for elite racing runs. As they pressed into the Arctic darkness, zero visibility conditions made it impossible for Kaasen to even see his own hands before his face. Suddenly, a massive wind gust caught the sled, violently flipping the wooden frame and hurling its precious cargo into deep drift snow. Unable to see in the blinding squall, Kaasen dropped to his knees, stripping off his heavy mittens to feel blindly through the freezing drifts. Suffering severe frostbite, he finally located a squat, cylindrical parcel roughly the size of a car battery, wrapped in brown canvas and bound with rope over a thick quilted fur padding, its surface rimed with frost buried in the snow. Securing the medicine once more, Kaasen trusted Balto to navigate the treacherous drifts without falling off the unseen coastal trail. At 5:30 in the morning on February 2nd, the weary team finally pulled into the quiet streets of frozen Nome. The entire 574-mile journey had taken just 127 hours, shattering all historical expectations. A route that normally required a full month during winter had been conquered in roughly 5.5 days. Upon delivery to the hospital, Dr. Welch opened a squat cylindrical parcel roughly the size of a car battery, wrapped in brown canvas and bound with rope over a thick quilted fur padding, its surface rimed with frost. The serum inside had frozen completely solid during the run, requiring careful thawing before doctors could begin life-saving injections. Once administered, the antitoxin halted the spread of the disease, saving countless lives across the isolated territory. On February 3rd, news of the miraculous Alaskan rescue made front-page headlines in the New York Times. The press immediately hailed Gunnar Kaas and his lead dog Balto for completing the heroic final leg into Nome. First-person accounts published the following day described Balto's uncanny ability to hold the trail when human vision failed. Balto rapidly became an international hero, captivating the public imagination across cities worldwide. By December of 1925, a bronze statue honoring Balto was unveiled in New York's Central Park. Yet beneath the public celebration lay a curious, artistic detail. Sculptor Frederick Roth had used an Alaskan Malamute as his visual model. Leonhard Seppala privately felt that the immense fame directed at Balto overshadowed the extraordinary effort of the other teams. In particular, Seppala believed Togo had borne the true brunt of the dangerous sea ice crossing while running 5 times the distance. A second relay carrying additional serum followed shortly after the first, reinforcing the medical supply without media fanfare. Because many remote native communities were impacted, the exact death toll from the initial outbreak was never fully established. Both achievements remain undeniably historical. Kaasen's final leg faced genuine peril, while Seppala's run covered immense distance. The debate highlights a human tendency to seek a single hero within a complex collective triumph. A relay succeeded precisely because no single team was forced to carry the load entirely alone. The journey remains a testament to human coordination and animal endurance under the most punishing conditions imaginable. In the end, 20 mushers and 150 dogs handed off a squat, cylindrical parcel roughly the size of a car battery, wrapped in brown canvas and bound with rope over a thick quilted fur padding, its surface rimed with frost across 5.5 days of darkness. Which hero of the 1925 serum run do you believe deserves the ultimate legacy, Togo or Balto? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more extraordinary historical journeys.